Gentlemen, if we just, ladies as well, could we just have your attention for a little while? Thank you, Dave. Hello, everybody. I think I know most of the people here. I'm Stephen Wilson, the Vice President of the Preston Cricket Club. So welcome tonight on behalf of the club for a dual celebration, really, the end of the home and away series for our senior 11s, where two sides have been lucky enough to make the finals, and they will represent us next week. That is the seconds and the thirds. So all the very best to them. And also it's an 1860 club function as well to celebrate, I think, our most recent premiership in the first, which is the 2002-2003 premiership, which we've got some of the players from that team here today. It's part of the strategy of the club is to try and bring together the 1860 club, the past players, with the present players. It's something that we really need to do as a club. This year we've moved forward a little bit in that space. We're doing it slowly but surely. I think we had the reverse draw where a lot of the guys turned up. One of our trivia nights we had with Greg Maritos emceeing. Quite a few of the guys were there on a table. I don't know that they actually threatened to actually win the trivia competition, guys, but they were there. The T20 grand final on the Tuesday night. We had a very good representation from the guys. I know Walsh in particular, you were very appreciative of the guys turning up and supporting the team, which had a fantastic win for that T20 for the Twilight. Something we haven't got anywhere near in the past. So for us to win that this year is a fantastic effort by the players in particular, the coaches, and also the club itself. So well done there. Now, one thing for today, I just want to congratulate, I'm not sure if anyone else did anything of noteworthy, but certainly Kirky for getting 100 today out here in the second, so well done, Kirky. Was an extremely good knock, although you stonewalled a bit towards the end there when you try to inch your way towards that 100. It could have hit a couple of 4s or 6s, which out of the Marcus Murphy book, which might have got us there a bit quicker. But well done, Kirky. A fantastic innings, and all the best for the finals for you as well. Just on a sombre note, guys, just a sombre note before we get on to the acknowledgements for the 2002-2003 Premiership side is we lost one of our favourite daughters, I suppose you'd say, on the 24th of February. Rita Harvey, who came down to the club in 82-83 with Stephen Scott, the twins, who nobody could tell apart. Rita was the only one that could actually tell them apart. She came down with husband Tom, and Rita did scoring for the club for an extended period, firstly through the second 11, and took over from June Jones, I believe, for the first 11 for quite a bit of time. She actually scored for the 2002-2003 Premiership. I think she would have been, as much as anybody involved, in as many premierships of the club as anyone I can remember. I think she would have done the 4 second 11 premierships in a row, and then followed up with some quite good success with the first 11 as well. So, as I say, Tom and Rita were life members of the club, and very popular members at that time, and a very sad loss. We lost Tom some time ago, and Rita, as I say, on the 24th. So, commiserations to the Harvey family on that. Now, in regards to the other purpose of the night, the 1860 Club and the celebration of the 02-03 Premiership, as I say, we have got quite a few people here. Greg Hobba will come up and talk shortly. We've got a video that Tim Jessel made of that particular season, actually, which is quite good, and certainly the guys will get a kick out of that. But look, some of the things that happened in 02-03, we had times have changed from what they are at the moment. Back then, the first 11 were represented by 11 players plus Gamini Pereira, who played for 3 games before departing or getting deported. I think we might sort of mention that at the time. Gamini was one of the outstanding players of that era. He only played 3 games. So the rest of from what I could tell, Mark Bridges got 2 points in the club championship for taking a catch. So the whole season was taken up by 11 players, as opposed to now, as we all know, times have changed. People do miss for legitimate reasons these days, and it's just a sign of the times that that did occur. Look, statistically, it was probably one of the best individual seasons for a Preston team. There were 6 players got over 300 runs. Another one got over 200. 3 bowlers got well over 30 wickets. Shane Day got in the subbies team of the year, as did Stewie Hensley. Well done, Daisy. And I'll get you up for a speech, Daisy, if you like. But Stewie Hensley and also Steve Malloy, I believe, came equal 3rd in the Hatch medal for that particular season as well. So well done, Ollie. Dick Norris stepped down as president, I think after 20 years, Dick. I think that's right. So you obviously held us back over that time because we won the Premiership as soon as Dave Robinson took over. So, but look, that Premiership in 02-03, that actually Matt Di Natale actually took over as 4th 11 captain that year as well, 20 years ago. So it shows how long Dinners has been around. You did. And Michael Hayes made an appearance on the committee for the first time for a short period before coming back later on, and of course being the current club president. So look, a very big year for the club, as I say. That premiership ended an 18-year period where the club, the first 11, won 6 premierships over that 18-year period. And back in those days, for the new guys in the club, you weren't finished when you won a premiership. You would actually play another game, which is called a championship, against the other premiership winner of the other 14 teams at that time. And out of that 6 premierships, we won 4 of those championships over that period to make Preston probably the most outstanding club of that era, of that period. So it was happy times for the club, and again, well done to all involved in that for bringing the club such success over that period. So now to just talk about that period, I think we've got Greg Hobba. I was trying to get Steve Malloy, but he's delegated to Greg Hobba. So Greg Hobba, who's the captain and coach of that period. Greg could come and say a few words.
All right, thanks, Gus. It was you have a look at it. I was fortunate that I took over the reins from Molly, and Mole wouldn't come up and have a chat, but it was the 3rd year that I was at the club, and we'd been very, very successful. Hello, beautiful. And Molly's era with the boys, they'd won 2 premierships. I came on board, we won the 2000, and the following year we probably should have won it. We had an outstanding year, got a wet track out here, and got dudded by Q. So 2-2-2-3, the boys, we made a couple of changes from the year before. As Gus said, we only virtually had 11 players that played the whole year, which is quite outstanding. And one of the comments we've been debating on this, whether it was Simba or Wizza, that era and that team was probably the most mentally challenged side I'd ever been. You had a look at the players involved. We had openers that were throwing up before they had to bat. We had number 4s and number 5s trying to cut their wrists, and so on. We had bowlers that they bowl a bouncer and apologise to the opening batsman. So it was quite challenging. But all through it, we had an outstanding year. We won all bar 1 and 1 washout. And the one we lost was against the bottom side, which was Baldwin, and it was out here. They took it up to us, and I think I miscalculated a few of the bowlers, and we bowled Wizza, I think the last over, into a gale and hitting into the grandstand. So after they hit it over the fence, that was the end of the game. So we lost. But saying that, it was probably one of the best things that happened all that year. We had some outstanding players. They were loyal Preston players. As Gus said, Daisy, outstanding. He'd been outstanding for me for those 3 years. You got Kevin Lowe that came down, and I'll talk about him in the grand final. But overall, you have a look at it. The reason we had 11 players is we had 11 players that could win a game. Any one of those 11 could possibly win a game for you. The commitment they had for each other, the things that I keep on talking about and keep on speaking about was self-belief. If you've got self-belief in yourself, self-belief in your teammates, then you'll go a long way. And at any one stage, and I think this has been spoken throughout, the 90s when we won and the 2000s, that we always believed that any time, any situation in a game, we could win. And, I think in that ratio of those 3 years, I think we probably won 90-odd% of the games. We're lucky to lose probably half a dozen games in 4 years. So that's the credit to those players. You know, it really is. And they're good mates. And that's a benefit. We played Yarraville in the semi. And it was interesting, we had Whitey that had come across from Yarraville. We had Guerrero that was trying to knock his head off. And we won by about 20 runs. We made 180 and they made 150. So it was a tight game, a very tight game. We got through it, got into the grand final here, Coburg. And I think Kevin Lowe took a couple of wickets and got him out for 77. So Kevin actually took 7 wickets and had an outstanding game. And so we had to make 77 at the turn of play on the first day. I think we're 3 for not many. So we had to do a bit the following day, and we battled through it. I think there was Yuan, who was a new player to us. He'd been the previous year, so his second season with us, and he made an outstanding 65 to see us through. And by 4 o'clock, I think we were about 40, 50 runs ahead, and we ended up calling it quits and celebrated a couple of days for as the boys used to do. And then we came to Noble Park. We knew Noble Park. They had a couple of outstanding players, a couple of Sri Lankans, leg spinners, medium bowlers and so forth. And we probably had it on toast. We had them 6 for 70 odd. Critical catch, dropped a point, would have had them 7 for 70. They ended up making, well, it was a difficult catch, Bowl. No, Bam. Bam was just saying something then. So, but unfortunately, they ended up consolidating and making 220, I think it was. And we unfortunately couldn't put partnerships together, and we ran out of steam and only got 160. So, you know, all along, I guess, in my career here, my main aim was the grand final. And it was funny because I came from another division, another era where, you know, you'd play all the players and play all the sides and you win the grand final and that was it. And, you know, it was totally new to me when I came here where, you know, no, the grand final's not that. It's winning the championship. And still today, I've got questions whether, you know, what do? You play your 6 in your division plus the other 6, and, you know, is that enough? I'm not sure. But, you know, for us to lose that championship, it was disappointing. We had the girls that made back-to-backs and championships and so forth on that weekend, which I thought was pretty disappointing. But overall, you know, it was a great year. You have a look at all the players. You'll see surely from what TJ did through the video. You know, totally outstanding. You know, the course of the 16, 17 games we went through, he highlights every player. And if you get a chance to look at the yearbook, I think I segregate each player as well to what they've done and what achievements they've had throughout the years. So it was terrific. As I said, they were very challenged, but it was probably one of the most enjoyable years I had. So thanks very much.
Thanks, Greg. Thanks, Greg. Once again, just a couple of things, guys. I forgot to mention that, as well as the stats, that batting and bowling, we actually had a wicketkeeper as well, Mr. Hyde, who took 31 catches and 5 stumpings for that season as well, so finished very high up in the club championship. And just probably finally for me, before we get onto the video, I assume there's somebody here that can operate the video, but Martin. But look, I just want to acknowledge Steve, who was delegated to Greg to speak tonight. But look, with Steve Malloy, it's the subject of the Preston Brunswick Award. The trophy is the Steve Malloy Cup. So look, Steve was a good friend of mine, to be honest, a very fierce competitor. When I was playing first 11, Steve was always a fantastic guy to play against. There's a lot of the Brunswick guys were in those days. His family were born and bred Brunswick. I think your father and grandfather, Steve, and now Liam, your son, played a bit there, and now he's playing for Essendon first 11 and doing some good stuff. He'll be going overseas shortly, I believe. But look, Molly came to Preston. It was a big move by him to come to us mid-career. He could see I think that culture of our club at the time, I think you probably appreciated that and liked playing against us because we played as hard as what you did, and Steve had probably unprecedented success here as well. Would have won several premierships here as a captain and coach and player. So I think it was a great move for Steve, and quite rightly he went back to play and finish his career at Brunswick where the family connection was. So again, Steve, on behalf of Preston, thanks so much for your support tonight and back then and into the future. So that's it from me. I don't think there's anything else on the agenda. It wasn't intended to be a long agenda tonight. It was a celebration of those things that we mentioned before. So now I'll leave you be, do some mingling and socialising. Thanks so much for the senior group this year. Again, pre-Christmas, there's some tough yards done there, but after Christmas, I think a fantastic job, and the club are very pleased and proud of what you've done since then, especially that T20, as I say, was a fantastic boost for the club, and a lot of positive signs, as Ben said, and Alex as well, moving into the future. There's a lot of things to look forward to, not the least of which the seconds and thirds playing finals this week. So enjoy the night, guys.
Gary Moore, the Bionic Man.
Yes.
Welcome. How are you, mate?
Good, mate.
Good to see you.
Yes.
Fitting well?
Yes.
Are you?
Yes.
Crook knee? Fixed?
Knee's okay.
Yeah. Shoulder?
Shoulder's good.
What about the two hips?
Two hips are really good.
Yep. And the good shoulder?
He's good.
Is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, going all right.
Good to see you, mate.
Yeah.
Family well?
Family are well. Getting older.
Fantastic. Are they?
Yeah. Same as us.
Same as us. That's it. How are you, buddy?
Hey, Lee, how you going?
Not too bad. You well?
Well, it's can do, mate.
Good to see you down here. I see you back to winner before.
I did.
Yeah?
Got me at the shit stakes yet. It's
Oh,
good.
wow.
Yeah.
Good day.
I won 30 cents.
Last of the big spenders, eh?
Yeah, last of the big spenders.
Yeah, well done.
No worries at all, mate. No, we had a good day. We went over and had a look at the ones.
Right.
And that, and Marcus Murphy made 87 off 40.
Yeah.
9 sixes.
Yeah.
And they got up one, so that's all right.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
You had a good day by the sound of it.
A real good day.
Yeah.
A good night to come.
Steve, welcome. Welcome back to Cromer Street. We're celebrating the 20 years. Where has that gone?
I don't know, Lee. It's just disappeared, hasn't it?
It has?
It has indeed. 20 years. It
Yeah.
just seems like yesterday, actually.
Does it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Big memory?
Yeah, it was. It probably more the championship was more of the memory more than the. Oh, I know Kevin Lowe got 7 wickets and we belted Coburg here, but the championship we let one slip. So,
Okay.
But that's the way it goes, cricket. So, yeah.
We've discovered in the archives some video of the game, so that'll be on display later.
Oh, excellent! Excellent.
So I'll look forward to it.
Yeah, right, yeah.
How's Moddy going?
Yeah, good time to ask that. We're out of the finals. Now I'm going to defer and deflect the question. That footage, Gus put a call out to who had that, and I don't. Obviously, I had the tape.
Oh, did you?
So I found the tape. Remember, TJ did every game.
Timmy did. Yeah,
Hopefully, you got the footage of the jet ski doing laps of the Werribee. But yeah, and I found them in a box because we moved house 2 years ago, and literally found them. I said, "Righto, Gus, there's some tapes. Whatever you do next, good luck."
Unbelievable.
And that game at Werribee, there was a guy on a jet ski behind the Werribee cricket ground, the footy ground. There's a swimming pool, big public swimming pool, and this bloke's doing donuts on the jet ski in the swimming pool.
In the same game, the photographer from the local paper walked out to square leg, and what's that fella from Werribee who was a little bit the bowler, not Norton or someone like that, turned around and sprayed the photographer, and then Weary and Heidi got an interview with the local paper holding cricket on the balcony.
That's right. Yeah.
So it was a big 2 days.
Yeah. Great memories, guys. We'll keep moving. We'll go over and catch Daisy over here. Here he is, Daisy. How you doing, buddy?
Fantastic.
Are you?
Yeah.
Good to see you down here.
Cheers. Yeah, good to be here.
Yeah. Fit and well?
Not fit, not well, but yeah. Anyway, I'm here.
You here?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I'm
good.
all right.
Yeah. How's the new job going?
Yeah, busy.
Is it?
Extremely busy. I've just come from work today, had a massive day.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Thanks a lot for coming. There's going to be some highlights on the video after of the game. So.
No doubt, plenty of lowlights as the night progresses.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Good to see you, buddy.
Cheers.
That's right.
This is a bit awkward.
It is. Yeah. You were in the big team.
I was, yep.
Where's 20 years gone?
20 years gone. Yeah, I don't know where 20 years has gone, Lee, to be honest. Yeah, it's gone quick.
Yeah.
But I still remember it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's going to be some good video highlights later come up.
Oh, that's
on
good.
the screen.
Yep.
What's your cherished memories of it?
Oh, the memories of that. Obviously on the day.
Yeah.
You know, putting him in bowling him out for 78.
Yeah.
Obviously it was good.
Yeah.
Being 3 for 50 over a night, you're pretty confident. So yeah, it was a really good day.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a really good team though. So
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So how'd you go yourself?
In the grand final,
Yeah.
I got 3 catches.
Right.
And didn't have to bat. So
Okay.
yeah, that was good.
Did your job.
Did my
That's all
job.
you
I
had to
was
do.
down at number 10, so if I had the bat, we were in trouble.
Right. Fantastic. Great to see you.
You too.
Have a good night.
You too.
We'll speak a bit later.
Thank you.
Good on you, mate. Mitch, how are you?
All right.
Going okay?
Very good, Lee. Yeah.
Good to see you. You still look pretty fit.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. Well, not fit.
Yeah. You still look as though you could bowl pretty quick.
I was never quick. Never quick. What I would like to say is we were down here, a group of us, watching the
T20?
T20 the other week, and I just it was amazing, mate. The boys, they put in, fielded well. To me, they all seemed on top of it, but it got a bit funny there at stages. But I went home and it was a great feeling.
Yeah.
You know,
It was. I was watching it live in Adelaide on the
yeah,
front box.
I heard that. Yeah, well, that's well, you know what I mean then.
Yeah.
Like, it was. We
put
had a
it
ball,
down.
Trev, didn't we?
Yeah.
All good.
Yeah.
And at the moment, my partner's gone for a drink. Brent Paul's here.
Yes.
So I haven't seen him for ages, and
Yeah.
he's looking good.
Yep. How are you, buddy?
I'm good, thank you.
Still looking as fit as ever yourself.
Don't know about that.
Yes. We sort of could do with some experience in the thirds and fourths.
No.
No?
No way, no.
Open the batting.
No way, no. Not enough overs in the day for me to be off the mark.
And no, you could handle it pretty well. When are you heading off on your caravan trip this year?
July, I think it is.
Yeah.
For probably a month.
Yeah.
To Bagara, Emu Park, and then slowly work our way home. Might go to call into Lightning Ridge.
Oh, right.
Apparently that's worth a look.
Bit of a detour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's only 200 k's out in the middle of nowhere, but what's 200 k's?
What's 200? Yeah.
You live 200 k's from Perth, didn't you?
A bit further than that. But there we go. Good to see you, mate. Have a good night. Yeah. I interviewed you yesterday, Brent, so...
too much of you, Lee.
Yes, that's right. Twice in 2 days. Yeah. People start talking.
I was telling the other guys, same shirt, but it had a wash in between.
A couple of boys.
G'day, gents. Hello,
Matt,
hello.
Captain of the Fourths.
Yes.
A stalwart of the club.
Oh, yeah.
And Nathan, playing in thirds today, and was very slick with the gloves. It was a very polished performance today.
Not so much of the bat.
Yeah, he got a perler, which sort of bounced about an inch. Yeah, that's it. How did you go today?
We all out for 87, unfortunately.
Right.
Against St Bernard's, down at the Snake Pit, as they call it.
Yep.
So I went and faced about 28 overs.
Right.
Yeah, all out for 87, and they made it down with about 20 overs down.
Right.
So, yeah, 3 down for about 90, I think it might have been. So, comprehensively beaten, but disappointing. But to finish the year off like that, but is what it is.
How'd the hamstrings stand up?
A little bit sore.
A little bit sore?
The calf's a little bit sore today, I must admit. So a little bit sore, but everything else is all right. Everything else is all right. Yeah,
that's good. A great win by the thirds.
Yeah, really good win. Yeah, St Bernard's finished 5th this year, so really good win. We made 171, I think we made, and got them out for just under 100. So really comprehensive win
It was
for
a
the
good
boys.
team effort,
yeah,
wasn't
really
it?
good effort.
Yeah.
Yeah, bowled really well, and Kev and Riley got us off to a really good start, and a few blokes chipped in.
So finals next week.
Finals next week against Kew. We're not sure where we're going to be playing because both grounds are unavailable, so it could be anywhere. Let's see.
Fancy yourself?
Yes, definitely. Yeah, if we Park, we've been playing the last sort of 4 or 5 rounds. Really, comprehensive team mentality. So absolutely. Yep, definitely.
Good luck.
Yep, thanks, Lee.
Good on you.
Cheers.
At some point, I started kicking sand in it. Right before, got caught on the shoulder.